Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and today we're here to look at the, I'm going to say Predator, and I'm going to say Hunter's Niche, because it's actually Predator Archery, and their website it's called Hunter's Niche Longbow. Now this is the Lobo, so there's the little symbol there for Predator. This is the Lobo Longbow. They come in various sizes, 64, 62, and I think they might even do a 60 and a 58. Now, this is a shorter bow than your traditional longbow, so it's going to have increased speed. And what makes this bow unique is the limb shape. So you see here, it's a reflex deflex design. So I'm just going to show you what the bow looks like unstrung. So it's very much like, I'm just going to step back, it's very much like a recurve, but it's not a recurve. And what makes this bow not a recurve under the feeder archery rules is there's no part of the limb touching the string just there. So with a recurve, the limb sits up, the string touches the limb. With the longbow, it does not. Now this bow is going to be faster than a traditional longbow because the limbs are under more, the string's under more tension. But why I wanted to do a video on this bow was the noise. I did a video on the Black Wolf from Winner Winner. I had a customer complain about noise of his Black Wolf, and I did a whole video about silencing it. And when I did that video, I said, I actually think this bow's quieter, and these bows just came in today, and I think they look absolutely spectacular. This is the finish on the outside. Now these bows are all handcrafted, and I'm going to say Minnesota. It's up near Chicago somewhere. I'm sorry, I'm not from America. But the guys who make these bows, the guys who own the company, Ron Peasley and Mike Hoadley, great guys. I've known them since I was 20, when they used to both work at Darton. So this is a two-piece riser here. You can see it's different wood, and it just looks to me outstanding. The finish is just incredible. Now the thing with these bows, these are all handmade. So let's say you order a 50-pounder. It's going to be 48 or 52 or 51, because when they make the bow, basically they make it and then it gets sized up. Now this one is the same as the other one, but it's got the green wood, and on the outside, I'm hoping you can see, it's actually green here. It just looks spectacular to me. Now these are handmade, using like top quality materials. Now the difference between these and your Chinese longbows, obviously the shape, the vibration, the quality of the fiberglass in here, and also the price. The price of your cheap Chinese longbows are going to be around 300 Australian dollars. These are about 1,000 Australian dollars. But let's have a shot. Now this comes fitted with little felt here. Now they come with Flemish twist strings, and I'm going to forget the type. I think they use D75. Now they make, I know they have a guy working full-time just making Flemish twist strings in their factory, and they did tell me how many strings they make a day, and it's a lot. So let's just have a shot. Now these arrows are not spined for this bow. These are my compound arrows. These are a 350 spine. I should be using 500, I'm going to guess. This is a 47-pound bow at 64 inches. But let's just hear the vibration. You can, I don't know if you can hear it, but the difference between this and a recurve is massive. It's, to me, like I shoot a recurve for target, and when people, you know, talk about noise, that Black Wolf I said was a quiet bow. I think it's quiet because my competition target bow, recurve, to me has got so much more noise when I shoot it. Probably because it's faster, but it's just, yeah, to me it's a lot noisier. This is a lot quieter. Now, the Black Wolf is probably going to be faster than this. Well, the recurve bows are going to be faster than this. And I have done speed tests with this before, and it's not significantly slower than a recurve. The grip here makes it, it's not as comfortable as a recurve, but it's actually pretty good. So when it comes to, if I was going to shoot barebow, and I've got the choice of barebow longbow or barebow longbow, because longbow is basically barebow, there is a lot more longbow shooters than barebow recurve shooters, like heaps. With barebow recurve, you're going to be up against people who are shooting the top quality competition recurves and not traditional one-piece recurves. You're up against the guys who are going to do the string walking, and they shoot pretty good scores. With this, you're up against the longbow shooters who shoot all traditional, so it's I'm going to say more of a fair game. It's probably not fair to the barebow shooters, but to me, if you're shooting barebow recurve and you want to compete, to me that's just so hard. Like it's so hard. Anyway, let's have another shot. Like the bow doesn't have, there's no silencers on this bow, and you can hear the vibration in this bow. It's just good. It's just like, there's no vibration. I'll just, hopefully you can see. That was the arrows hitting, but the vibration, it's good. It's really good. This is one of my favorite longbows. So out of all the longbows made, my favorites, I really like the Martin Savannah Stealth longbow, beautiful longbow. But this, and I do like the Stealth. I'll have a Stealth up here. I do like this bow. This is a Savannah Stealth, and we'll have a shot to compare it. That is one of my favorite longbows. This, though, I've always liked this bow. It's been pretty much unchanged, I'm going to say, for 10 years. I'm going to say Predator have had this bow for 10 years. But you can see the vibration in the string. There's nothing there afterwards. It's just a spectacular bow. Now we're going to shoot the Savannah, just to verify for myself that the Lobo is better than the Martin Savannah, or Damon Howard Savannah, whichever way you look at it, because I think that's the best longbow. Now what I liked about the Savannah was the finish. I know this is a review on the Lobo, but I always like to compare different products. I just think the finish on this looked awesome. I do like it also on the Predator that every Martin you buy is identical. Okay, they're all identical. Every Predator Lobo you buy is unique. It's got a different finish. When I say different, like the grip's all the same, but the woods are all different. The laminations, like the green versus that, whatever that type of wood is. But so this is a Savannah. Now you can hear the difference. There's more of a twang in the shot. There's definitely more noise with this bow being shot than the Predator. Now let's compare that. And I know I'm jumping all over the place here, but we're going to compare it to the Predator traditional recurve. This is the recurve, which as far as I'm concerned, this is the best recurve made for hunting. This design has been pretty much unchanged. I think they started Predator in the 1990s. So this bow has been very much unchanged since that time. I know they've experimented with limbs and carbon and foam. They've got basically the speeds haven't increased, and you can see how much this limb wraps around here on the string. And this is one of my favorite recurves. I'll just check which one this is. So this is 54 pounds. I'll aim at a different target this time because I hear the noise from the arrows. Is the noise, I think the Lobos are a fraction quieter than this, but this is clearly faster because you've got so much tension on these limbs. Is this bow quieter than the Black Wolf? I think it is. I think the limbs are slightly better than the Black Wolf. So I was just going to have another shot because I really like shooting this bow. Now this bow is my personal bow. I've had this for probably 10 years. They make the same bow today. But the reasons why I like this bow over the Recurve, I think the grip's a little bit narrower. I also have a velocity in the Predator, which is the metal rise, which is a narrow grip, which I prefer. To me, this is, I'm going to say, the elite longbow. So when I look at stuff, and even when I look at my compound bows, I'm like, what's the best compound bow made? And when I look at this, I go, this is just, it's just the goods. Now with all custom bows, this is straight out of the package. I'm gonna, just there's a little mark. So if you're a customer, sorry, I'll try and zoom in. Just there. There's a slight little mark. So if you're a customer and you waited for this bow to be made and you saw that there, are you going to be disappointed? You may be, or you may not be. If you're in the shop and you saw it, you go, well, that's the way it is. You might ask for a discount, I don't know. Now to get rid of that mark, when they make recurves and longbows, they just basically sand it down with wet and dry paper, and they put a little bit of, I think, some sort of oil on this, which absorbs into these limbs. So for me, I wouldn't be that worried about that mark. Most of the bows are perfect, straight out. It's very rare for me to ever see a mark on a bow that clearly got through. The making process, like I said, this bow is 10 years old. It's pretty much like the day it was produced. There's no marks on it. The limbs are all good. Predator, they do a 2-year warranty. They're pretty, and when I say they're pretty good, if you have problems, they're generally fixed, but you have to wait for them to be made. Now with the Lobo itself, I've been selling these bows for about 10 years. I'm going to say I've never had one replaced. With the Predator recurves, there was a period where I had little cracks developing between the two limb bolt holes, and Predator replaced all those limbs. I did have to wait for them to be made, or I had to pull them off other bows for customers. It didn't affect the way the bow shot. It's just when they drilled the two holes, there was a pressure point. So overall, the Predator brand, I think it's a high quality longbow. I think the price point, even though it's $1,000, it's cheaper than other custom made bows of a similar standard. The woods and all that are amazing. Now, if you wanted something custom, like let's say you wanted a 65-pound bow with certain woods, I would be quoting, and that's without talking to Mike, and I would generally phone the company and say, how long does it take? I would generally quote about a 3-month to 4-month delay at the moment. There was greater delays last year, and the company has had problems growing, I'm going to say growing pains. When they grew from a small company to a larger company, they didn't have power to the new factory, or not enough power. But overall, Predator Lobo is just, I think it's just the best longbow made. I can't think of another longbow which is better than this. That's my opinion. And I haven't shot a longbow better than this. It's not the cheapest longbow I've shot, and the $300 longbows are okay, but if you're looking top of the line stuff, the Lobo from Predator, as far as I'm concerned, is the best. They're a company that do look after you. You have to wait because it's all custom. You know, this is not a mass-produced company where they've got Lobos sitting there on the shelf waiting to ship out. So you go, oh, I want a 55-pound Lobo and 64-inch. They don't have one. It doesn't make. They have to make it. And you basically, you're in a list. Whoever was ordered first, they get made first. So you've got the 3-month wait. Same with warranty if you do have warranty. But with the Lobos, for, like I said, for 10 years, not one has been returned. I do sell quite a few of them, so there's probably 100 of these in Australia, and not one has been returned. So yeah, they're pretty solid. Yeah, anyway, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Once again, the more you shoot, the better you're going to shoot. Poundage is my biggest issue when I'm selling longbows or recurves to people, because people go, I want 45 pound, they get it, they fatigue, and they're like, oh, I should have got 35 pounds. And I get phone calls literally every day, what poundage longbow should I buy, or what poundage recurve should I buy? This is the same as weightlifting. The more you shoot, the stronger you're going to get. And even like I'm shooting twice a day now, I will get stronger the more I shoot, so I've got to continue to shoot to become stronger. So if 45 pounds is too heavy for you to start with, basically if you shoot it, you know, morning and night, a few arrows, you're going to get stronger, and you increase the number of arrows, you're going to get stronger, and the bow will eventually become too light for you. That's the deal with longbows and recurves. The more you shoot, 45 pounds is, I'm going to say, the most popular size, suitable for hunting. 50 pounds is probably a bit much for the majority of people. 40 pounds is kind of where, between 40 and 45 pounds is where people will be starting. If you're looking more target, they're definitely in the 35 to 40s. Hunting's generally 45 to 50. And obviously if you're big and you're pumping lots of weights, you can go beyond that. But that's the type of poundage I suggest. And unfortunately, unless you shoot lots of arrows, you're not going to know what poundage to buy. Me, I shoot 42 pounds for target recurve, and I've got to shoot 200 arrows a day with that. I would buy around a 45 pound longbow if it was me. That's for me personally, not for you, because it's all up to how strong you are, how much you're shooting. So yeah, but they're a beautiful bow, and the company are really nice people to talk to. And yeah, like I said, they don't like a bad product being produced. And if they do have a problem, it's fixed. They give a 2-year warranty. And I've never had, when I say I've never had a warranty issue, I've never had a bow not being fixed. Everything's fixed. You might have to wait, but it's always fixed. And that's the best thing I can hope for. So I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies. Thank you for watching. Bye.